you said like with the Halloween, so those people like come to you and you're kind of the middleman where you get the product made for them and then they buy it.
Yeah. So, where it would have started is it would have started with honestly one design, I'll do one design. Where my seasonal business really started was with lanterns. And it all started with lighting, to be honest with you. So how we branched out was, and I'll give you the quick 1 minute version, was went to a lighting meeting and brought all this product out, which, cost at the time probably, $3,000 or $4,000 in days of my time to set up and get ready, and I'm in my late 20s. And this buyer is telling me, I'm glad you're here. Thanks a lot for coming out. I've got some really bad news for you. I'm no longer your lighting buyer. And I'm heartbroken. I'm like, well, what the hell am I doing here?
Yeah.
You could have told me this over the phone. I still would have wasted quite a bit of money. She says, but this is interesting. What's this? And I just gotten back from China, and I had brought back maybe 2 or 3 LED candles. Mm-hmm. And the world hadn't seen LED candles. They weren't new, but the world wasn't really introduced to LED candles. And I just had an idea. I happened to see them at a factory, and I'm like, you know what? I got an idea with these, because I haven't seen them yet at retail either. This is maybe 2007, right around then. So we can always go back and see how long LED candles have really been in the marketplace. And again, they'd been around. I just had not seen them at any of the retailers we had worked with. And so my heart's broken. I'm not meeting with you for but what are these? I said, well, they're LED candles. They're the battery operated candles. It's the worry-free way to light your home. Mm-hmm. And she loved it. She's like, the worry-free, I like this. She goes, well, you're in luck. I'm the candle buyer.
What?
This is perfect. She goes, you know what? Do you think we have time to get these in for Christmas? And actually, it was I want to say she was the TJ Maxx buyer. It was the TJ Maxx or the Home Goods buyer. They're the same company, different divisions.
Okay. For
those that don't know. So it was one of those buyers, and ultimately, I said, well, we'll figure it out. We'll get it. What do you want? She goes, okay, well, and again, for an account like TJ Maxx to do this type of quantity, even back then, it's a small quantity, but she goes, we'll do 1,000 of vanilla. We'll do 500, cinnamon, which would be a red, or and then we'll do 500 pine, green or an evergreen or something. I'm like, great, right? And so we did, for them at the first time, it was the first LED candles we'd done. And that was the start of really, getting out of our comfort zone and doing a lot of different product and not being pigeonholed maybe just into one category of lighting. And the LED candles from there just took off.
Really?
And yeah, that was the beginning of something really, really exciting.
Huh.
And 3,000 candles became millions of candles. Unfortunately, I was young and dumb and probably should have patented things and, really taking control of that market without realizing how big it could have been, which people ultimately have done a lot of in that market. And it's a huge market, and I do very few LED candles today, but LED candles turned into flameless candle lanterns, and flameless candle lanterns ultimately became seasonal flameless candle lanterns for Halloween and for Christmas. That ultimately led into a whole different world of seasonal. And along the way, there's been a lot of various other accessories that have come and gone. And again, lanterns themselves have led to just being in the garden category, right? Because lanterns are used for that type of decorating. Mm-hmm. Lanterns, of course, are used year round. But so that's just a little insight, a little look into, how we kind of branched out and got involved into all these subcategories that we do today.
So lanterns was like the big hit to start it, kind of?
Yeah, the LED candles, but the lanterns themselves were huge. And lanterns themselves today are still, we do again, and I wish I would have taken control, and there's patents that I left on the table because we truly were the first company that had manufactured a LED candle that was fixed to a lantern. I mean, and, there was a whole story about how that came, but, ultimately, pretty simple concept, but nobody was doing that. LED candles were still new. It was just the next thing with LED candles. How can we selling an LED candle is boring. Mm-hmm. How can we decorate it?
Right. Into a lantern.
What can we do? So, let's put it into a lantern. And it makes a lot of sense. Like putting a burning candle into a lantern is problematic on so many levels.
Yeah.
It's just, it's going to make a mess. But there's something about putting a burning candle in a wood lantern that just doesn't make sense to me. That would seem like a fight.
Yeah, right, yeah.
If it's metal, maybe it's going to get hot, dirty, and those were some things that I had seen. I was like, well, why don't we, and early on it was, let's just put a loose candle in there, but it looked like garbage. Mm-hmm. It either was packaged and people were like, what's this box in here? Or it wasn't packaged and the candle just rolled everywhere and was a mess and people didn't know what the LED candle even was.
Right.
So it made sense. And of course, again, it would have been as simple as just getting a design utility patent for fixing, a plastic LED candle to, a base, which you see in a lot of applications today. So the LED in general has been a big part of our business. A lot of string lights along the way, lighted branches, various different, again, home accessories that, again, wouldn't interest most people at all. But that's the business, unfortunately, that I got involved in. And I say unfortunately because I couldn't have dreamed of getting into this business that I'm in today, in any way, shape, or form. But I always had a vision of where I wanted to be, which is you're looking at that vision right now.
Mm-hmm.